Alright, what is going on YouTube? This is Mario Walker back with another video. I just watched a live stream from Roberto Blake. Now I'm doing my own live stream talking about success. What is true success? What does it mean to be successful? How do you obtain success? All that jazz. I'm gonna talk about in this video because he said a lot of good things in his live stream that really hit home to me. He talked about hustle and like how people how hustle is, cause is overhyped, and is over us hustle overhyped because you hear people, if you go to like YouTube, you watch like people like Roberto Blake, Gary Vaynerchuk, for example, who was like big on hustle. People like what's his name, the dude from Shark Tank, Damien, guy who made Fubu, that guy. Talk about hard work, hustle, grinding, and stuff like that. But not considering the fact that you're still a human being. Like, oh well, I'm hustling. I know I gotta work hard, but I gotta take care of my kids. I gotta, take care of my health. I got school. I got, job. I got bills. I got other responsibilities outside of my passion. And and like, and people think that just because you just because you have other responsibilities, then you can't, then that means that means you should, just because you have other responsibilities and that you can, mean that you can't hustle as hard as somebody like like myself, who has more free time. Then you should, then you have to kill yourself, that you have to kill yourself. You have to take away time from your families. Or you're somebody like myself who was young and was in college, and you gotta take away some of your friends or whatever, just so you can say you're hustling. And that's not, the point of that's not the point of hustle. The point of hustling is taking small steps, small actions, small daily actions every day, so it can lead to an ultimate happy lifestyle. That's what hustle really truly should be about. It's not about, making money. It's not about being desperate. It's not about trying to please your family or trying to please your friends. It's about doing what makes you happy in the long run, and not just getting money or getting that car or getting that house. It's about living a purpose driven life. It's about doing what makes you, doing what makes you happy in the long run, and that's gonna, satisfy you, and that's gonna put you in a position where you can live a life where you will have no regrets. You could do what you want. You could go where you want. You could travel. You can eat out anywhere you want to eat out. Like you could do whatever you want to do. And you can live life on your own terms. That's what success is. That's what being happy is all about. It's not saying that you're not gonna have problems. It's not saying that you're not gonna have, you know, other responsibilities. But it's saying that when you're successful in life, you're in a position where you could do whatever you want to do, and you don't have to worry about missing out on. You don't have to worry about missing out on your family. You don't have to worry about missing out on your friends. You don't have to worry about missing out on, your doctor's appointments. But you're still working hard. You're still grinding. You're still dreaming. You still have goals and you still have aspirations. But you have a work-life balance. That's what success is all about. Success is being smart. Success is about, achieving a goal and doing it. It's about achieving a goal, and also it's about um having a sense of fulfillment. That's what success is all about. So I want to do this live stream because I feel like a lot of people need to clarify what success is, because you know some people say it's being success because in American culture we get so caught up in making money. We're so caught up in buying a house in the Hamptons, or buying a house in Manhattan, or buying a house in LA, or whatever, or driving a Mercedes Benz, or driving a Camaro. Like, we get so caught up in, what, successful is, just go caught up in like material aspect of success, but we forget about, are these people happy? Or these people are living a lifestyle that, they're proud of? because there's so many people who are rich and unhappy. But at the same time, there are people who are struggling, who may not be, millionaires, but they happy. They can go wherever they want to go. They could travel. They could, they could visit their families. They don't have to worry about, they, their kids, or they could see the kids every day, like, stuff like that. They live in a life where they live in a life where they're proud of, and that's type of, and that's success. That's what success is. It's living a life that you're proud of. You spend time with your family. You also you also have a sense of purpose. You also have a sense of meaning in your life. It's not just about yourself, but you also give life. You also you're able to share your life with other people outside of your friend, outside of your family, because part of the reasons why so many people are unsuccessful because they don't have a true purpose. They live for money. They live for they live for like vanity, but instead of they live for vanity, they live for selfish desires, but they're not truly living. They're not truly living. They're not truly living for something greater. When you look at successful people, they doing something for the greater good. Look what's doing. They doing something for the greater, cause. Like look at people like Martin Luther King. His life was all about his whole life. He wanted to see, you know, blacks and whites, be in the same classroom, be in the same, restaurants. And he accomplished that. You know, he was able to see that towards the end of his life. Look at people like, you look at people, even more like Obama, like a more recent example, Obama, became one of the first, you know, the first true black president, the first official black president, and he's done a lot of things in this country, that inspired people, of color, that they could do anything they want to do. Like so, when you have when you have success, it's not about money. It's about legacy. It's about happiness. It's about doing what you want to do. It's about being able to live the life you want to live. You don't necessarily need $1 million to, to go to, to do a cross country trip. You don't need $1 million to buy you you know, a Nintendo Switch, or you don't need $1 million to, to you don't even need $1 million to go to Bahamas, because I know Bahamas is like, rich, rich boy status. I mean, seeing people who make barely 6 8 figures, and they be able to go like Bahamas and places like that, places where, that you see a lot of like celebrities go, and like you can do a lot of things with 50,000, 50K, 100K a year, 500K. You could do a lot of things with that kind of money, in America. You could do a lot of things. I see people go to like Europe, with like, and they make like 5 figures, in a year, make 6 figures a year. So it depending on your career field, depending on your depending on your career field, depending on um in your talents and your gifts, depending on in your personality, depending on those things, can lead you to places that you know that 99% of people are not gonna go. Like how many people leave their home state, outside of like family. How many people leave the country, like so having a sense of having a clear vision, having a clear goal, a clear well-defined goal, you know, is important when it comes to success, because saying that you want to be rich when you grow up is not really success. Saying that you want to be um that you want to have 1 million subscribers, or saying that you want a big house, or saying that you want a gold chain, like that's not really a goal. I mean, it's a goal, but it's not really you know, it's not really sustainable. It's not something that, you know, that's gonna last. No, it's not gonna have longevity behind. It's not gonna have any longevity behind it because, like, for example, having a gold chain, like someone can steal that and bam, your gold chain's gone. Having, being rich, there are plenty of ways to be rich. There are plenty of ways you will go broke in one day. Just watch the lottery ticket. Um, being having a nice house, your house could catch a fire, in an instant, and you have to buy a new house. So it's all about perspective. It's all about what makes you happy. What is the life you want to live? You know what type of life where you can say, man, I'm so blessed, so thankful. Like what it's going to take for you to say, man, I'm good, I'm Gucci. I could do what I want to do. I don't have to. I'm not miserable. I'm not. I'm not in these bad relationships. I could do what I want to do. Have the flexibility. And stuff like that. Like that's what success is. So I know I kind of rambled a bit in this video, like I always do in my videos, but I just want to let you guys know that being successful is not about, numbers. It's not about, it's not about material item things. It's not about getting a college degree. I mean, I know I'm getting my degree soon in social and arts, but, um, but in saying that, last year I was in a position where I felt like I wasn't successful, because I didn't have my trial license. I didn't have my, I thought I was going to graduate last year, but I didn't. I felt like I was missing out because, I saw so many people my age, they were doing those things, they've been doing those things for like years now, like driver's license, everybody does when they're like 16, 17. I was in my 20s and still didn't have my driver's license. So like, I felt like I was behind. I felt like, I missed out. I felt like if I had, pursued those things early on, I would have been, better off. And then of course I went to New York my first year of college, and that ended up in a disaster, and I ended up maybe taking out student loans, you know, I kind of wish I didn't go there, but at the same time, I'm glad that I needed to share this experience with y'all, so that when you guys go to college, you guys can be smarter about it, and you guys can, tell your parents, you know, that, hey, if you want to go to college, that's great, but I'm not going to go to I'm not going to, be in debt about it. I'm not going to be in debt. I'm just going to go to college just because, I'm not just going to go to any college. So anyway, this is Mary Walker signing out.